This video disproves central bank as a commercial bank. Many economists place a central bank as the lender of the last resort. They said when people could not borrow money from any other places, central bank is their last hope. To these people, central bank is their Santa Claus. This graph contains a demand curve and a supply line. When a central bank increases its money supply, the vertical line shifts rightward to result in a lower interest rate, and more people will come to borrow from it. This graph seems to tell that central bank is a money lender. But what if this graph does not exist? I suppose that neither the demand curve nor the supply line on this graph exists. Consider first the demand curve. It has a negative slope due to a property called liquidity preference, or in layman terms, speculation. According to Keynes, when interest rate is lower, bond prices become higher, people will sell bonds and keep more money. This logic seems to deliver the negative relation. But such a relation can as well be positive. Corresponding to the increase of cash holding, there must also be a decrease of bank deposits by the same amount. Then through the deposit multiplier effect, there must be an even larger decrease of total deposit. And the relation between money and interest rate becomes positive. This is the first pitfall of Keynes' logic. Perhaps some may argue the increase of cash holding is entirely financed by newly printed money to neutralize the negative impact on total deposit. Then the increase of new money combined with the drop of interest rate looks like a negative relation. But such a relation is not valid, for other things were not held constant. Other things in this case is the interest of new money. One cannot claim a relation between two variables by changing a third one. This violates ceteris paribus. That is what we have learned from the bean sprout experiment in our school time. This is the second pitfall. One of my students once at this point jumped high and said, "John, I don't think my buying or selling securities will have any impact on the overall stock of money." That is true, and you have just completed the disproof of Keynes' logic. I said, namely, there is no demand for money that can be caused by selling securities. Now let's consider the selling motive. Would you sell bonds in the first place? Keynes said I will sell when the price is high. But he needs one previous action to complete this transaction. Namely, he must have bought the bonds beforehand. But how could he know that the price is sure to rise to make him buy the bonds? There is only one possibility. He had inside information. But that is criminal. As for you, you may not want to be criminal, so don't do that. Now we have even refuted Keynes' investment strategy to knock down the final block of his demand theory. So there is no demand for money whatsoever. After all, using money to buy money is indeed tautological. Now let's move on to see this supply curve. A vertical line means limited supply, but printing money does not have any limit, for its cost is almost zero. Hence, both the demand and the supply curves of this graph do not exist. And central bank is not a moneylender, whether the first or the last. It is not Santa Claus either. If central bank is not Santa Claus, what is it?